Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. So today I wanted to do a little eyebrow tutorial using the Dipbrow Pomade by Anastasia. And here it is. I'm in the color chocolate. And I just started using this stuff. You can see I didn't really put too much of a dent in it. I use it with my Sedona Lace 561 brush. And what this is really meant to do, in my mind, everybody has a different way of using this. I've seen a ton of tutorials on this. It is your call how you use it. I am still learning, so I will probably perfect it, but I know people wanted to hear about it and see a tutorial on it. So I see this as kind of an outline to your brows. Not too much as to filling them in, at least for me, because I just recently started getting really into doing my brows all the time, and I don't like them too dark, too fake, too done up, too long. They're already dark, and pretty much their shape is already there. The other products I have from Anastasia that I have been using and usually use are the dark brown brow powder. It looks like this. I've used both the lighter and the darker. And usually when I'm using my Dipbrow Pomade, I will use the lighter to fill in my brows. And I will show you that. And then I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. You guys have seen this. I will also use this to just fill in my brows sometimes with the pomade, or I've used these products all on their own. I'm going to swatch them at the end of the video so you can see they're all different colors. So I probably could have gone with even a lighter color of this, because this stuff is potent. It is waterproof. It does last all day. It is amazing. It has like a wax formulation built in it, so your brows aren't going to go anywhere. It does take a lot of practice. I've had this in the past, and I recently repurchased it. This is the Highbrow by Benefit, and it's to highlight your brows above and underneath. It's a matte pink color. So I will be using this as well today. So I think that's it. Let's get started. What I'm going to do, I also have this brush too, guys. This is the brow brush by Real Techniques, and I usually use this with my brow powder just to help fill in. Because you want, when you're using the Dipbrow Pomade, an eyebrow brush that is thin, that is angled. Anastasia does sell one for $18, but you really want one that's going to be very precise. So let's do some eyebrow work. So first I'm going to start by just, oh my god, you kidding me with the clouds and the snow? It is snowing. I'm going to start by brushing out my eyebrows. Hopefully the lighting isn't too cray. And I like to brush mine up and then kind of over. Right shape. They needed to be trimmed and just taken care of. So especially the ones closer to my face, I'm brushing up just so I kind of know what I'm working with here. Okay. Here it is. We're going to take the Dipbrow Pomade and our eyebrow brush, and I just dip very little bit, like you can't even tell, just like that. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline my brow, and I'm going to start underneath, usually like right, and I'm going to, when I take my angled brush, what is this on my eyebrow? Angled brush, you want to put the pointy part towards the end of your eyebrow. So I'm just outlining it, and I'm staying actually on the brow hairs. You don't want to do it too far underneath. You want to stay just on that brow hair. And then I'm just going to take that Dipbrow Pomade and I'm pushing it up into my eyebrows, just the excess, okay? And now I'm going to do the same thing, but on top. Kind of what I did was to shape my brow. Again, this pointy part of your brush, the pointy part of that, this part where it jets out there, that's going to be your friend to kind of shape your brows. So what I did was I, again, put it towards the thicker part of my brow, that pointy part, and I just outlined, and then I kind of did a little bit of a point to give my eyebrow. And what you want to do is I just kind of did it because I can tell, but you want to take your pencil, okay, and you line it up with like the outer part of your eye, and that's where you're going to make your arch. Does that make any sense? Oh God. Okay, so the outer part of your eye is where you want to make your arch, like right here, and that's where it lines up. It doesn't have to be a crazy pointed arch, a little bit, take it slow. And I just extended my brow just a tiny bit, not a lot. This is going to be great for people that don't have brows that want to make brows, by the way. So, we good? We good. That's really kind of it with the pomade. I have gone a little crazy eyes on the pomade, and it just looks a little too unnatural, like kind of filled them in more. You can already tell a huge difference in my brows. And then what I do is I'm going to take my brow powder and my brow brush, and I'm going to be using the lighter color here. And this brow brush is a little bit thicker than the Sedona lace one, as you can tell, so it's going to pick up a lot more powder, and it's going to be great just to fill in the sparse areas of your brow. So, going up here, just following how my brows move, I'm going to be filling them in, and just filling it in the sparse areas. Now, I feel like brows are very individualistic. They're very unique to each person depending on how your brow is shaped, what you like with your brows, but they're also the most easy beauty faux pas. Does that make sense? They're the most easy thing to mess up when you're doing your eyes. When you're going to be filling in your brows, even though the color is lighter here, you're going to be moving around the Dipbrow Pomade that's already there. So it actually meshes really nice with a lot of the other powder products. Now, you don't have to use the Anastasia one. If you want to use a different, sorry guys, I don't want to blind you. If you want to use a different brow powder, whatever you have is fine. If you want them to still look like you. This stuff can make you kind of appear to be Oscar the Grouch if you're not careful. I was a little overzealous at first, and I realized all it's really meant to do there is to highlight. And you can tell a huge difference between my brows. This one looks thicker, it looks more defined, it looks very uniformed, and it frames my face. My face looks more done. And also, when you're using this and you're doing what I did, it's quick and easy. You're not taking 3 days on your brows, because who has that time? Then I'm going to be taking my highbrow, and I know Anastasia makes a brow concealer. I tried to look for it the other day, I couldn't find it for this. And I'm going to be highlighting underneath my brow. So starting right here, staying really close to my brow. And then just here in the arch, I'm going to put 1, 2 dots right on either side of like my little arch I did. And then I'm going to be taking, you could use your finger, this is just easier for the purpose of this tutorial. And I'm going to be just blending it. I just think a brush with this stuff works better than my fingers. You can go a little bit more. Now, what I like about this Benefit Highbrow, it's really easy to work with. It works really nice with a brush. These are my synthetic ones, I think, right? These ones work the best. And it just gives it more of a lift. Now, if you then wanted, you can take, like this is a Lorac Pro, which is what I use to do my eyes. You could then take a little bit of this and just kind of put it over that if you wanted, or you could just leave it, just to kind of give it an added highlight. But your brow, it's going to give it the illusion of more of an arch. It's being more awake, more lifted, younger kind of look to your face. So I don't like to do, I like my brows a little bit more square. I don't like here, I don't like to do a crazy arch or anything. I'm very natural when it comes to brows. Maybe I'll get more creative later on, but this is kind of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do my other brow. Remember, your brows are supposed to be sisters. They're not twins. So, it's okay if they don't look the same. This brow is not always as happy as this one. It's just the way it is. God, that was a lot. I use a spoolie just on my edge, the edges, top of my brows here, just to kind of, as you saw at the very end, spike them up, because I like that to be a little bit more square. I would not recommend after you do your Dipbrow Pomade to go over them with this, because it will move and transfer and just go crazy. But I didn't focus the Dipbrow Pomade, if you saw, like right there. I didn't edge out my brows there, which you could do. I found that tends to be a little too much, so I can focus my powder there, and then I can just kind of move them up with this, and it has the same kind of that squaring off effect of your brows. This is wonderful, this Dipbrow Pomade, to create brows, give them a longer effect. You can make such a natural like tail of your eyebrow with this. It's wonderful to make that little bit of an arch, but you have to be careful, because if you don't have that natural arch, it can be a little too fake looking. So creating it, you know, you should work with your highlighter and your pomade and just play around with it. This is an amazing product. It has changed my eyebrows tremendously, more so than any other brow product I've ever used. I highly recommend it. It's $18. I got mine at Sephora. They have new colors coming out. It's wonderful because it's waterproof. Once you get the hang of it, there is nothing like it that I've tried. I mean, she just knows her stuff. Is on my brows. That's what I've been doing lately. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful in kind of what you're looking for. I'm going to just kind of swatch in my hand the colors here so you guys can see the difference. And that's the darker one, that's the lighter one. Here's the Dipbrow Pomade. And then this is the brow pencil, my most natural looking, lightest one, and medium. What is this in? Help me, Rhonda. Medium brown. Your preference. I really like all the products. If you ask me what my favorite is, I'm having a lot of fun playing around with this Dipbrow Pomade. Really, like, and you get so much in here. I feel like this is going to last me a lifetime. I hope it does.
My lips are still feeling wonderful from this Buxom lip gloss in White Russian. It does not tingle or feel weird. It feels minty, fresh, cool. I love this stuff. This is like high end. Everybody should own the Buxom White Russian lip gloss. I'm wearing it over, why am I dropping things? Stormy Sahara.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned a few things maybe and it was helpful and you liked it. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful afternoon. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!